Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Minseo Kim.
And Jia Kim from Chungnam Samsung Academy. We have had a study about effects on 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympics on global partnership. Before we move on to the main part of the study, there are some theoretical backgrounds we have to be aware of. First of all, information about 2018 Winter Olympics, which is the subject of the study, is important because it's the base of understanding the analysis which is handled in the study. Pyeongchang Olympics is the 23rd Winter Olympics, which was a universal festival held in Pyeongchang, Gangwon-do from February 9th, 2018 to February 25th, 2018. Passion Connected, which is the slogan of Pyeongchang Olympics, has the meaning of connecting universal people's sympathy about winter sports through unified passion. Anytime, anywhere, all generations are able to participate, and it implicates the meaning of opening new point of view and possibility of continual spread of winter sports. Also, the vision of Pyeongchang Olympics is to open a new point of view of winter sports with worldwide young generation at a big, strong stage called Asia, and to leave a sustainable heritage in Pyeongchang and Korea, and try to materialize this by 5 core targets: the Cultural Olympics, the Environmental Olympics, the Olympic Games, and the Information and Communications Technology Olympics. Pyeongchang Olympics activated as an effective event promulgating Korea's potential power and world peace's directing point to the world, and the characteristic of Olympics that countries' cooperation acts as an essential element has a relation with what UN has suggested, Sustainable Development Goals. Next, because this paper analyzes Pyeongchang Olympics in the point of view of what SDG goal number 17 is handling with the global partnership, the theoretical background of it has an importance. The Sustainable Development Goals are a collection of 17 goals and 169 detailed goals, which UN has set to achieve by 2030. Before the designation of SDGs, Millennium Development Goals were the universal objects to achieve. SDGs involve extensive problems handling social, economic, and development problems, and SDGs 17 goals on social development, economic growth, and environmental conservation. Goal number 17 indicates that the whole universe has to cooperate in order to achieve goals from number 1 to 16, and this paper would focus on goal number 17, handling universal cooperation. Taking a closer look at goal number 17, the capacity building part's specific goal is to enhance international support for implementing effective and targeted capacity building in developing countries to support national plans to implement all the SDGs, including through North-South, South-South, and triangular cooperation. Specific goals from the multi-stakeholder partnerships part are enhanced global partnership for sustainable development, complemented by multi-stakeholder partnerships that mobilize and share knowledge, expertise, technology, and financial resources to support the achievement of the SDGs in all countries, in particular developing countries, and encourage and promote effective public-private, and civil society partnerships building on the experience and resourcing strategies of partnerships. Global cooperation, which is suggested by goal number 17 in SDGs, is one of the core values that 2018 Winter Olympics tried to realize. In order to understand the relationship between global partnership and Olympics, theoretical background to understand the principle of how sports, Olympics key point act on international relationship. Finally, theoretical background about mega sports events, diplomacy, and politics is important because Olympics is one of the main mega sports events. Olympics not only affects the host country, but also affects participating nations and countries that are nearly located. Especially, this paper's focus is on viewing Olympics at an international cooperative view, which is related to diplomacy and politics. This paper would provide theoretical background to help understanding the relationship between the host of sports mega events, diplomacy, and politics. Getting agreements about the opinion sports act as a significant diplomatic, political method is not something hard. It's because there are many instances sports played a role as a diplomatic and political way. 1964 Tokyo Olympics became the chance for Japan to let the world notice that Japan overcame the title of a defeated nation and become a great economic power. 1988 Seoul Olympics stimulated the end of Cold War and emphasized how much power could be made through sports combined with broadcast, and was a chance to imprint the powerful influence of sports combined with commercialism. While Japan was revealing they are a powerful nation despite their long economic depression through 1998 winter, they also performed clarifying they are seeking for a new development in the 21st century. Also, after the Cold War, while China acted as a flare in forming a new powerful nation's appearance through 2008 Summer Olympics, they provided a chance to observe how democracy combined with sports would change in a globalized world. Like this, sports do have a close relation with politics and diplomacy, but can also easily affect interactions between countries' relationships. Sports especially express instrumental usefulness in the area of diplomacy, and this is verified through various instances that sports act as a diplomatic method in the history. The reason sports use it as a tool in diplomacy field is because sports can cause similar effects with official diplomatic activities and is less pressured by international laws compared to official diplomatic activities, and also is comparatively free from armed conflicts such as wars. There are many ways countries use sports at the international stage. They express their opinions by participating in sports events and also as a tool to enhance relationships with foreign countries. There are also many instances that sports were used as a tool to express opinions. Sports as a tool which could be represented by the Olympics performs as an important tool because it shows unpolitical side on the outside and has an advantage that is easy to approach and also acts as a tool to improve relationships between countries. Thus, sports' instrumental application by countries could be said they are the most well expressed by megasports events which are represented as Olympics and World Cup, and the fact that Olympics has been frequently used as a country's political and diplomatic target achievement cannot be denied. Sports' instrumental usefulness is able to be recognized through countries achieving political and diplomatic targets, and Olympics are the most widely used method of sports application. It is understandable that many countries use sports as an instrument through Olympics and is aiming to achieve political and diplomatic targets. Analyzing the effects Pyeongchang Olympics caused to global partnership through objective literature materials, this paper analyzes the effects Pyeongchang Olympics caused aiming the achievement of SDG goal number 17. Based on the arrangements by generally summarize Pyeongchang Olympics effects on global partnership, this paper would suggest a direction of development about how this should be reflected to the Olympics that would be held. The questions of this study are the following questions. First, what effects are caused by Pyeongchang Olympics viewing at a diplomatic and international relation perspective? Second, what effects are caused by Pyeongchang Olympics viewing at the perspective of SDGs goal number 17?
To begin with, the method used for this study is to analyze literature materials, focusing on experts' books which are related to this topic, and academic journals, home and abroad articles, press and internet materials. The first part is about the social background of Pyeongchang Olympics, and the first part is host process of Pyeongchang Olympics. In 2003, at the general meeting of IOC in Czech, Pyeongchang obtained the largest amount of votes at the first voting. But at the final voting, Vancouver caught up with 3 votes. Pyeongchang lost by 53 to 56. Also in 2007, at the general meeting of IOC in Guatemala, Pyeongchang obtained the largest amount of votes at the first voting, but Sochi caught up with 4 votes. At the end of the continual challenges, in 2010, Pyeongchang was finally selected as candidate city, and eventually in 2011, Pyeongchang was selected as the host country of Paralympics and the Olympics. In addition, Pyeongchang Olympics got many national and international interest. Expectations and passion from nations about Olympics were from numerous range, such as the empowerment of national prestige, economic effects, Pyeongchang and Gangwon-do's development. For the international interest, America's USA Today introduced President Moon has positioned these Olympics as the best chance to kickstart a tense relationship with North Korea in an article named South Korea's Renaissance, from ruins of Korean War to hosting Peace Olympics. Journalists from America's The Washington Post has evaluated Korea's economic and political achievement by the article paying attention on meaningful Pyeongchang Olympics, as Korea was the least developed country 50 years ago. Our second part of the research is focusing on the effects of Pyeongchang Olympics on global partnership, and it leads to the conclusion part. So let me explain the second part of our research with the conclusion part. If the relation between North and South is considered during the Olympic period, it could be inserted in the area, which is called as Olympic armistice. Olympic armistice means it guarantees the security of athletes and audiences participating in the Olympics and respects the place where the Olympic is held as a religious place. When viewing the problems of armistice and peace in the view of North and South Korea during the Olympic period, it was hostile, and compared to the past when exchanges between North and South was in lack, it has a big difference. The biggest point that should be focused from the positive effects caused to the global partnership by Pyeongchang Olympics is the improvement of relationship between North Korea and the peaceful atmosphere caused by this. Until now, the commonly appearing agendas about North and South exchange were co-hosting of mega sports events, the composition of a North and South team, co-entering of the opening ceremony, North and South unified cheering squad. The co-hosting of mega sports events were achieved by Pyeongchang Olympics, and also the composition of a North and South team was achieved by Pyeongchang Olympics women's ice hockey team. Co-entering of the opening ceremony was also able to be sought. It is recognizable that the relationship between North and South are moving towards a positive way by taking a look at North Korea's cheering squad's visit to South, which was proceeded in a peaceful atmosphere. Especially, President Moon has expressed his wishes for the global harmony to appear in Korea using sports as a tool by mentioning America's and China's and Vietnam's ping-pong diplomacy, and expressing sports is the most powerful tool that knocks down all barriers and disconnections. The sweat we make all together is turning out as an accelerator that makes reconciliation and unity. He also conveyed positive views about sports. Through Pyeongchang Olympics, peaceful atmosphere of North and South Korea were made up by continuing North and South exchange such as South Art Group performing in North. And based on this, 2018 Inter-Korean Summit was held on April 27, 2018. At the Peace of House with President Moon and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un wishing the prosperity of peace and unity. President Moon and Kim Jong-un has ended the summit by declaring and signing the Declaration of Panmunjom for the Korean Peninsula's prosperity of peace and unity, which includes various common goals of North and South Korea, such as Korean Peninsula with no nuclear power will be realized through complete nuclear disarmament. The second Inter-Korean Summit was also held on May 26, 2018. Pyeongchang Olympics components of North and South reconciliation were progressed successfully, and the positive move resulted in the current North and South peaceful achievements. It is understandable that Pyeongchang Olympics played a big role in improving the relation of North and South Korea, which is the main target of global partnership and peace. To discuss global partnership through sports exchange between nations, Pyeongchang Olympics dream programs could be set as an example that most well shows global partnership through countries exchange. Dream Program is an international sports cooperation project which is one of the main strategies to maintain Pyeongchang Olympics. It has a target to raise those teenagers who belong to countries that has undeveloped winter sports conditions with various reasons such as environment as winter sports athletes. Taking a look at the current situation of the Dream Program, 578 people of 39 countries have participated from the first time in 2004 to the fifth time in 2005. In 2009, program's enlargement and improvement was achieved by 116 people of teenagers and tutors from 29 countries, Asia, Africa, and Latin America, and the Caribbean and Europe. Teenagers who have participated till now have also contributed to achieving each country's targets. Dream program has played an excellent role making positive effects such as letting countries that are not able to give access to Olympics easily continue sports exchange through Pyeongchang Olympics, creating Korea's image as contributing to international society with responsibility and the formation of international relationship through endless efforts, and it also has arranged the base of the global partnership. To conclude, there were two areas about the effects caused by Pyeongchang Olympics. The first area is the enhancement of the relationship with North Korea. And the second area is the creation of global partnership through countries' sports exchange. Pyeongchang Olympics has resulted peaceful atmosphere of the relation between North and South, and has approached more close to global partnership through sports exchange with many countries. It generally caused clear effects to global partnership. It is considered that more effective contributions will be made if Olympics that will soon be hosted proceeds a systematic sports exchange program, which is able to make a place with developing countries which have less access to sports resource and many countries harmonize. However, this paper has mainly focused on positive views about effects caused by Pyeongchang Olympics to a global partnership. Thus, much more cooperative international atmosphere is expectable if studies that suggest limitations viewing the Olympics at a critical view and contributing to more advanced Olympics and global partnership are proceeding. This is the end of our poster presentation, and thank you very much for listening.